got her own. She don't need mine, she still runs alone. There ain't nothing that's so sexy than a girl that wants but don't need me. What's going on, guys? I love these old ass songs, man. Anyway, quick video on why is it, that's actually a very good question. I think I made a video about that before, but you know, get updates. Why is it that, what the fuck? Why is the light blinking? I guess some important ass person is driving through the block that fucked up the traffic lights. Oh well. Anyway, so why is it that you get a lot of gains when you're a noob and then you don't after, you know, you've been lifting for a long time, things begin to stagnate? Well, there's a lot of reasons for that, but there's three main reasons, right? Three main reasons why your growth slows down. Number one is obviously mTor, right? I made a video about the mTor the mammalian target of rapamycin, right? All that biochemistry bullshit. It's pretty much the main protein building enzyme in the human body, right? It's inside the muscle cell. It's the main motherfucker that you turn on when you have amino acids, training, steroids, enough caloric surplus, all that shit. He's the muscle builder enzyme. So anyway, and his enemy is AMPK. That's the fat burning and muscle stopping enzyme. But anyway, so mTor studies have shown that, you know, the more you've been when you first start training, your mTor goes crazy, right? It starts building muscle like a motherfucker. The longer you've been training, the less efficient it becomes, right? They tried it on humans and on rats and on animals. The same thing. When you first start training, your mTor is just photosynthesis is going through the roof, right? The engine is strong as fuck. With more and more training sessions, it begins to slow down. It begins to become less responsive. It's kind of like turning the light on. It's like at first it turns on really fast, and then eventually, if you keep turning the shit on too much, it begins to, like, you'll turn it on, and it'll probably go on like a little dim and shit. And that's a dumb explanation, but that's pretty much how mTor works. And the longer you've been training, the less responsive it becomes to stimulus, whether it's amino acids or training or even steroids or whatever. So that's why I advise people to reset the mTor. You guys remember I used to tell you guys that a lot. Reset your mTor, because the best way to fix that is to take detraining sessions. When you detrain after, let's say, about 6 weeks, you detrain. What happens is your mTor resets. You reset your mTor, and when you begin training again, it's more responsive, right? It's not gonna be as responsive as in the beginning, but you know, depending on how long you've been detraining, when you start lifting again, it goes through the roof. So that's the first thing. You want to reset your mTor. Let me turn this bitch off. You want to reset your mTor. I tell people about every 6 weeks, right? Take at least 12 days off. The studies say 12 to 14, so I'm telling people to take at least 12 days off, right? That's why a lot of people that used to lift and took breaks and got back into lifting, not only they grew big enough to regain their muscle mass, but they surpassed that shit. That's one of the reasons. The mTor is fresh. All the antibiotic signals are reset. I talk too damn fast. I'm already 3 minutes and I'm still talking about mTor. So that's one thing, guys. Use detraining. Kevin Levrone used it. Ronnie Coleman used it. A lot of natty guys I know used it. Hansa used it for a whole fucking year by accident. He didn't know about it. Marco, all the big guys I know have periods. Even I heard about Leroy Cobra, the first guy to have 21-inch arms naturally. His arms didn't go into 21 inches until he got into his motorcycle accident and he couldn't train for a while. And when he went back into training, his arms blew up. Something happened to that guy. I saw him in the Rich Piana video. They said he had like the biggest triceps in fucking history, and he was all natty. And he said something happened to him. He would stop training for accident. It's not like he knew what he was doing. And then when he would go back to the gym, his arms would go up to like 18 inches. Then he'll train, and he'll take a break because of whatever issues, whatever. Go back in the gym, and his arms would go up to 19, and then 20, and then 21. So it wasn't like a linear thing. So all these stories point back to resetting your mTor. That's one thing. That's one thing. One reason why noobs grow a lot faster is because of the mTor. Number two is obviously the satellite cells, right? I told you guys, the more satellite cells you have, the faster you could build muscle. Now the problem is the satellite cells and the mitochondria and then all the things that help fuel muscle growth are in the cytoplasm. They're outside the nucleus of the cell, right? They're not in the nucleus, they're outside. And now you can only grow. That's in my overtraining video, right? The more nuclei you have, which is the plural for nucleus, the faster the muscle cell could grow. So if a muscle cell has like I'm just making them numbers. Say muscle cell has like 2 nucleus, right? 2 nuclei. Another one has 4. The one that has 4 is gonna grow a lot faster, given everything equal, even if they eat the same, train the same. So a person, and then your muscle's gonna grow, you know, up to the amount at the rate of the amount of nuclei that you have. When you reach a stage where your body, let's say for each nuclei, you can only put on, let's say, like 10 pounds of muscle, some shit. When you reach that limit, that's it. Your body either needs more nuclei or training is going to be very, very gains are gonna be very slow. They're gonna fucking plateau. So you need to increase the amount of nuclei in the muscle cell, and that's why the overtraining comes in. What's the best way to increase nuclei in the muscle? High fucking volume, high frequency, right? Hit that shit every day for at least a month. I tell people that, and then you're gonna increase the amount of satellite cells, which is gonna increase the amount of nucleus, the amount of mitochondria. All that shit is gonna take place. And then you'll be able to grow again more. It's kind of like, once again, building a castle. First you have 10 workers. When you first started bodybuilding, let's say you had 10 workers. They were able to build that castle really fast. So your body grew super fast, right? But after a while, the 10 workers can only produce that much, right? For you to grow a lot faster, build a castle a lot bigger, you need to not just provide more bricks, but you need to provide more workers. If you add 5 more workers to that bitch, what happens? Then the castle building speeds up. Then you reach to a point where you can only grow so fast because you only have 15 workers. Then you add another 5 workers, another 5 workers. That's what the whole satellite cells and nucleus thing comes into place. So every time you reach a plateau in a muscle, in a muscle, either detrain it or go to step 2 where you want to increase. You want to actually overtrain it for like a month or 2, and then take a break off and then come back, and you notice it'll grow a lot faster. And the third reason why you used to grow a lot faster and you're not doing the same thing now is because when you first started working out, all the extra calories that you were eating were helping you build muscle. But then you got to a point where you're so big and you forgot to increase your calories, increase your nutrients, increase your protein, increase your carbs, and you wonder why you're not getting gains. So sometimes it's simply a matter of just optimizing your nutrition. People forget that you can't eat the same shit you were eating when you were 150 if you're 170 now, right? So you also want to meet the demands. When you first start lifting, every extra calorie that your body has, it knows how to use it. But now, the bigger you are, your body requires more to grow, right? The video is longer than I expected, but anyway, number 1 is mTor resetting. Number 2 is satellite cells. Number 3 is optimizing your nutrition. Keeping up as you're getting bigger, all right? I'm out of here. Oh, and don't forget to like and share the video so I don't have to make these over and over again and repeat myself, right? Like them, share them so that as many people can see it as possible. Dominance, discipline, direction. I'm out of here. I'm tired as fuck. Alright guys, quick story time. I haven't made these in a long time. So anyway, you guys know, I like asking people in the gym. Everyone I see with an overdeveloped body part, I go up to them and I ask them, hey, what did you do to get your body part that big, this and that. I don't care if it's steroids, I don't care if it's genetics. I always ask them because 9 out of 10 times I always figure out that it's something according to my theory. You guys know my theory of you train a muscle